Hi, hi, friends and family and inner me's. It is I, the intolerable one. I was just thinking about my little tiny drama, my little me, my little me. Seeing as how this YouTube gadget was created in San Bruno, I have to have extra compassion, for they had that heavy little me thrusted upon them from every direction. Surely, as the entire bay has got that. So, what I want to say is, I have a question for my audience and for my editors, and that is shadow banning itself a form of extreme narcissistic predatorial abuse from a loving or open source or originally loving open source platform that became corrupted or influenced by the dark side of the men of wealth and taste, so to speak? And of course, I forgive YouTube, and of course, I don't have any animosity toward my family who maintains this beautiful service. However, I will get to the bottom of this matter in the sense of ascertaining the truth. I will get spies if I have to, just to find out for curiosity's sake. Not so much that I care about getting you to put buttons on the screen people can press to send me money directly through you. Um, to get 3,000 watched hours and 1,000 subscribers for me at this point seems like a ludicrous amount. So, but again, that might be to the point, which is that JP and Russell Brand, of course, they're married with the lovely wives and the family and the house and the riches and so forth and the extra muscles and charm. I'm not comparing myself. I'm just saying this presentation is not kosher comparatively, right? So I am in a tent. I am not in the cube. I am not in your hexagram. So all I'm inferring is that, again, just as this person that gave me open invitation to their house for years is really wonderful, happens to be an Irish Jewish person, and I'm Irish, half Irish, and unfortunately, after 2 years in the slammer, that side is hard for me to see now because I'm not a source of loosh or a source of feed, energetic money, or I don't think that they're avatar, but they have an avatar side. They taught me how to eat the ash of the ganja at the end of the bowl. I mean, that's a very important thing to learn. They taught me many wonderful organic ITAL health tips, and this. I also didn't say this kind man that allows me and others to upload and go online in his organic cafe and health food store. Um, I've got a smile back from a few times, but I don't think he's ever said anything. I think when I said hi to him, he's never said anything back. When I said hi to him, probably 5 or 10 times over the years, so I just nodded him. But if Rothschild, if you knew, you know, hey, now that I'm getting the crazy facts, I mean, if you might personally know a Rothschild, that there's one a mile, half a mile down the street, or a mile down the street from me here. Supposedly, this dude has a tattoo This dude's a Sagittarius with a tattoo that says Illuminati on his arm, and he just got out of jail for 2 years for supposedly killing his older girlfriend. She was on retirement, and of course I don't think he did it, but he was wearing a dress and begging. He begged a UCSC student for socks at the laundromat, and he was telling me about that house, and that was kind of sad, but that he had to do that. But it was cool that he intuitively picked a student who gave him some socks. And me being a selfish punk, I was doing my laundry tonight, and or some kind of, maybe I'm a hypocrite on some level. And I don't know, for some reason I've had, and it might be due to this same factor, I've had pairs of socks disappear at the laundromat a lot, and I just had a few. And this younger man, 28-year-old handsome young man, artist, he's making art and talking about making music, and then he asked me for socks, and he only had on flippers, and I didn't really want to give him some, and he could tell. He said, "I said, all right." Then he asked me for a pen, and I got 8 pens for $1.29 at the dollar store, so I gave him a pen. And as I commented on Ireland Clark's page, she's a flower, I'm a flower. I look like a flower in this video. And the truth is that the Almighty is flowering within all of us, the sacred oneness. And, you know, perhaps I flawed or erred, or perhaps I was getting egotistical or being a narcissistic punk myself to title the video, "Is Yahweh a Narcissistic Predator Entity?" But I'm not saying I'm sure that I'm being shadow banned. I'm just saying, if I'm being shadow banned, it is a perfect analogy to the way that the predator narcissistic entity, spirit, or individual or personality will try to control you and minimize your availability to others, to dominate you for their own. I could be helping the Dark Lord become a better person, but they won't let anyone else learn. No views. Okay, so this is adios amigos, unless you're gonna be real with me on this. Like, and again, just like this other guy, like, just because you're Illuminati, or just because you're taking orders directly from the CIA, just because you got CIA guys working in the YouTube office, and I know you do, just because you got the Rothschilds trying to tell you what to do, it doesn't matter. You got to. Transparency is the only way. Okay? The reason why you allow J.P. Sears and Russell Brand to say it to millions of people is because they're cute, and Russell Brand wears they're younger and cuter. Russell Brand wears a pink T-shirt. Again, he's a millionaire pop star comedian, and JP puts on makeup and dresses like a tranny, transvestite. So I just got to say peace and love to all. But we see through your bullshit and lies if you are. I'm just saying, I'm not accusing anyone here. I'm just saying, if. I mean, it looks pretty apparent when it says 0 views. And before I said that this certain F word, and again, I was just making a video about trigger words. It could have been that. And certainly, since the Yahweh video came out, from 336 down to zero now, or down to 1. I'm just not sure if that's credible. I'm just saying, like, is my inspiration that low? Am I that boring? I don't think so. I think because I worked hard on a lot of those videos, or rather, I brainstormed for 3 hours. I wrote down notes on most of those videos since then, as well as before. So, if YouTube as an entity is so possessed that it won't allow me to ascertain actually how many people I'm helping and working with here, or if I'm just simply that boring. I mean, I don't really. Maybe that's my hubris, or my narcissism, my narcissistic parasite entity is showing its face. But again, that is what I think the projection of that predator narcissist spirit will do. Okay, it tries to make you feel like guilty, like you're nothing, you're low, you don't exist in this case. And I put in all those hours of making videos because, if to be honest with you, if YouTube is fully satanic, I have to just accept that. I mean to say the way that if they're shadow banning me, which I consider pretty satanic, it's a devilish thing to do. I have to accept it and use YouTube as simply a place to to store my videos, store them with Satan in the cloud and the YouTube. Whereas if YouTube has I was hoping and I was praying, hoping and praying, and probably being a little Pollyannish myself, a little stupid, Stockholm syndrome. Well, I've learned a lot of wonderful healing things from YouTube over the years, and I'm about to do that right now. But the thing is that I'd like to participate in that process. And if because of some bullshit politics you think I have, which I don't have, or because I tried to string together some controversial psychology words to get people to watch my videos, sure, I'll admit to using my creativity because I want to heal and awaken as many people as I can, y'all. I'm not here for your bullshit games, is all I'm saying. I mean, it syncs directly to Odyssey already, or I could just go directly there. They're not going to censor me. They're not going to fuck with the numbers because, you know what? They're just getting started. They're not some entity that has CIA working inside of it. Okay? We love you all. I love you all. And I respect the respectful. I have to expose those who are completely disrespectful, who think they run things, because I have to inform them and you and myself and everyone that the future does not belong to the disrespectful. If I am disrespectful, then fine, shadow ban. But it just shows, if you do that, it just shows your character is very low, whoever does that, and they do not have discernment or self respect because they do not want the words discernment and self respect to be spread around at all. Well, guess what? That's on y'all, okay? This is why people like Lisa Renee never post anything on YouTube, okay? But I still love YouTube. Don't get me wrong. Get me righteous. Get me to the point where I am so clear headed that I'm getting lucid from telling you how I feel, okay? You know why? Because I use everything Satan and Lucifer have ever done to me, all of them, to better myself. This is what it's worthy to, okay? Not to obey, not to shadow ban, not to censor, not to tell others what to do, not to fuck with others, not to mess with others' lives in disproportionate ways to control their reality because you can. No, that's low. Allowing my channel to get the viewers it will. Perhaps I need to make cards, and I have to accept that if that's true. But bullshit is bullshit, and truth is not bullshit. And if you do not want to spread truth, I'll do it in other ways. However, I just want you to know I have no animosity, but nothing but peace, love, and respect to those who have peace, love, and respect. Okay? Where the lack of respect comes in, I'm going to reflect that. And so thank you for doing your best to stay free.